Hello and welcome to this series. I'm Tyler Coffin, and throughout these videos we're going to take a look at one of KORG's virtual instruments. In their KORG collection, this is the Triton, as well as the Triton Extreme, which both function nearly the same, but with the Extreme having a few added features which we will look at. But everything for the classic version will carry over to the Extreme, so we will work largely in the classic, except where something is specifically different. To start with a bit of history, the Triton was introduced in 1999 as a successor to the KORG Trinity line of workstations, and using its hyper-integrated sound generator synthesis system and sampling, it created many sounds of its era. And to this day, hardware versions of the instrument are used by gigging musicians, especially since it's not quite as old as some other synths or instruments typically virtually recreated. With this virtual instrument, though, we get over 4,000 internal preset sounds from the original and expansion boards. Then the Triton Extreme, which the original version of that was the definitive final release of the Triton. This packs all of those sounds plus the valve force, vacuum tube circuit for some analog modeled edge, and a few bits on top of that as well. So you get a ton of different sounds that you can work with, and the complete Triton experience however you want to do so. To mention a few things, we'll be running in standalone for the most part during the tutorial, but the Triton or Triton Extreme can run as a VST or AU plugin in whatever environment you want to do so. For instance, these are VSTs inside of FL Studio, but wherever else you want to do this, you'll be able to use them as plugins in those environments. The only real difference being you have to set your audio and MIDI settings up within that DAW, as opposed to doing so inside of the standalone menu's audio MIDI settings. And with this, it's your fairly standard settings you would have. You get your device type, depending on how you want to set it up, your buffer size, sample rate, and then the MIDI inputs that you select, if they're available to be enabled. For the moment, FL Studio has control over all of mine, but all of this will be dependent on what sort of audio devices, your audio interface or MIDI device, etc. So straightforward settings, but you got to get them going before you jump in here. And another thing, we may also change the screen size, which is simple to do so. Just so we can see a little bit better for some controls and things, it's simple to just go into that menu. You can pull up the plugin manual or the original manual as well, but that screen size is a quick and easy change if you need to do so for your screen. From here, though, we'll call that good for our little intro, and then we'll start jumping into the modes in the next video. So I will see you then.